What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shakes to come to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over the Philadelphia Eagles, the draft. I want to grade the draft for you guys and let you know what I think about it. This was a different draft and in a very big positive way, because this draft felt different from other drafts on some of these picks that Howie made and how I really feel about them. It was surprising. It was just something different, and I felt like there was a real collaborative effort with this front office and the coaching staff to get these picks done. And I got to say, I was really intrigued. I was so excited, and I was glad to react to all of this. And at the end of the day, I was really happy. So I'm going to go over some of these picks. Now, the Eagles had 3 first-round picks at one point. They traded with the Saints. They ended up getting an extra third, an extra seventh. They got a first-rounder for 23, a second-rounder for 2024, which I thought it was a really good trade. It gives you 2 first-round picks for next year. You still have 2 first-round picks this year, and they have a lot of security and, assurance in case Jalen Hurts, isn't the guy. That they'll have some ammo next year in case they need to get weapons around Hurts, or if Hurts if Hurts doesn't work out, they need to get a quarterback. So I thought that trade was really good. Now, as the draft started, the board started to fall in a weird way. Derek Stingley went 3rd overall. The cornerbacks, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, was gone. We saw edge rushers go like Thibodeaux. We saw Travon Walker. I mean, that board was falling down. Drake London going at number 8, the first receiver taken off the board. I figured maybe we were hitting on one of these receivers like Jameson Williams, and then I seen the Lions move up from 32 to trade up, and Jordan Davis was sitting there. We were waiting a few picks, and the Eagles moved up past the Ravens, I think at 13, 14, something like that. They moved to 13 and get Jordan Davis, which I thought Jordan Davis, I talked about Jordan Davis the whole entire offseason. Jordan Davis is going to clog the hole for you. I think when it comes down to it, you have a guy that is just an unrelentless force, a 4.7 at the combine. I mean, literally just 6'8", 340 pounds. I mean, you're not going to find a guy like this that has the measurables, because I think this is an analytical pick, but I think it has high ceiling as well. I wanted one of these Georgia defensive tackles in Devontae Wyatt or Jordan Davis, and I can't wait to see what they do with him. And understand people are saying he didn't have many sacks. He's better against the run. He was lazy against Alabama in that series, in the championship game. And I understand all of that. He was overweight. He was at 365 pounds. And he got his weight down to 340 by the combine. He looked really good. And I think if they move him down another 10 pounds to 330, I think he'll be fine. I think they just have to watch his weight going forward with his NFL career as of right now. So Jordan Davis is going to wreak havoc in that backfield. Could be the future defensive tackle for this team. Javon Hargrave is probably a re-signed candidate, but he is technically a free agent after this year. Fletcher Cox, they redid his deal. He's been a descending player the past couple of years, and now he's probably going to be a free agent, and he's going to leave the Eagles because I haven't seen much to say. We have to keep him, making way too much money, so they redid his deal. Jordan Davis is going to be the future defensive tackle, probably next to Milton Williams, the second-year player out of Louisiana Tech. So I'm very excited to see Jordan Davis. I've wanted this guy ever since pretty much before the combine. Then when the combine happened and I saw this, I was like, holy crap, we have got to get him. And I figured that the Eagles had him high on the board, which they did, and they picked him up. So this defensive line, we needed a pass rusher. It was just a perfect solution. Now, some fans are saying that we gave up too much. We gave up, 2, 3, 5th-round picks, whatever it was. We gave up like 3 or 4 picks for him to move up a few spots, and people are saying it's too much. It's Howie Roseman being aggressive. Because at the end of the day, we always pick through rounds 5 to 7. We always pick a lot of picks in the 3rd day of the draft, in which that wasn't the case this year. And I'm glad that Howie was aggressive to go get him. I've never seen a trade like this, trading up, where they give 3 or 4 picks just to move up a few spots. And Jordan Davis, after a year learning behind Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave and Brandon Graham and some of these guys up front. Troy Rocker is the defensive line coach. He used to be the defensive line coach for Georgia, if you guys don't remember, and he's our defensive line coach right now. So Jordan Davis, I'm just ecstatic over him, and I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then the Eagles are making moves. We didn't know what they were going to do. Eagles could have got a receiver at this point. And the Eagles trade with the Titans. And all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. We didn't know what was going on. And before, when free agency happened, we were saying bring in a proven receiver. Now, we tried getting Calvin Ridley. That didn't work. we tried doing a bunch of other things. We let every free agent wide receiver slip through our fingers at this point, and it really pissed me off because I wanted a proven weapon because, you know, getting a receiver in the draft is a gamble just like any other player, but I wanted that proven guy. The Eagles went out and they got A.J. Brown to trade. I couldn't believe it. It was absolutely insane. You just got a top receiver for Jalen Hurts, another weapon, which Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are very good friends. They were actually working out a week or two prior to the draft together, and we were kind of like, why are they working out? I know they're best friends, but what is going on? This trade happens. The Eagles gave away a first and a third-round pick. The extra third-round pick that we had in that Eagles-Saints trade, we gave up. It was perfect. Then on top of all of that, they gave him a 4-year, $100 million contract, 57 guaranteed, which they already got a deal done. Just think about it. They gave up a first and a third for A.J. Brown. That's absolutely nothing. They didn't give up the second. They didn't give up another first for next year. Nothing. A first and a third. Thought it was a total steal. I thought it was a big steal, okay? So the Eagles get another weapon, and this contract doesn't happen until next year. This year, he only costs, what, $4 to $6 million against the cap, so he's relatively cheap this year and gives Jalen Hurts another weapon, a little bit of a bigger receiver to throw to, and it can open up a lot for Quez Watkins in the slot and for Devontae Smith, which we really need to get in this offense. So I'm so happy about this. This was like the light up. This was the explosive time of the draft right here, acquiring a proven receiver at 24 years old. Just think about it. When the Dolphins trade for Tyreek Hill, they gave up literally a first, a second, a couple fourth-round picks. They gave him $30+ million, okay? And he's 28 years old. You gave up a first and a third for a 24-year-old wide receiver. That's still one of the best receivers in the league. That is young. And you're going to have him for the rebuild, and you're going to have him long-term. So you get two for the price of one, pretty much. And couldn't be any happier about the A.J. Brown trade. I think everybody was happy about it. Eagles give him a brand new contract. The cap don't mean anything. If Howie wants somebody, he'll bring him in. But Howie did mention that, unfortunately, like, Jalen Hurts made this happen. Without Jalen Hurts, this trade wouldn't have happened, and I'm so happy it did. I'm so glad he's here, and this made our offense very, very dangerous. If Hurts pans out and he gets these passes and he could be accurate and he could do his thing this year in 2022, this offense is going to be a problem for a lot of defenses, and A.J. Brown is a Philadelphia Eagle. I can't even believe it. I'm still pitching myself even after the draft, okay? Now, the Eagles go into the second round. They have 51, and the board is just not treating us well. We're looking at Andrew Booth Jr. We're looking at Jaquan Brisker. We're looking at so many players that could fill safety, corner, empty spots on the defense. But the Eagles go the total opposite route and go with Cam Jurgens from Nebraska, the center. Now, a lot of Eagles fans were pissed off, really pissed at this pick. This pick, to me, it's not a sexy pick at all. It is a long-term pick for us. Jason Kelce's going to retire after this year. I mean, that's it. He's retiring. There's no going back. And Jason Kelce, with the help of Howie Roseman, handpicked this center. Jason Kelce is going to take this guy under his wing with Jeff Stalin and do his thing. Now, if you look at Cam Jurgens, this guy is very athletic. Jurgens is a medium height. He's quick. He was a track star and field guy. He's a little bit of an undersized center, kind of like Kelce, but man, this guy is physical. This guy will drive you. This guy will pummel you to the ground. Cam Jurgens was a steal in the second round. Look what they did with Landon Dickerson last year, coming off of an ACL, the best center from Alabama, and they literally turned him into they're going to be turning him into a Pro Bowl left guard, and they're keeping him at that position. You add Cam Jurgens after this year, Kelce retires, you have Mulata, you have Dickerson, so young, Cam Jurgens, holy crap, it just gets better and better. That left side to the middle of this offensive line is going to be great. I can't wait for Cam Jurgens. This was an A+ pick because otherwise you'd have to go after this position next year. You would have to go after this position next year. So there was no doubt in my mind they had to make a move like this. I even said before the pick even happened, I said maybe a center. That guy Jurgens, people have been talking about him. Some of the articles that did come out was they actually ranked Jurgens actually higher than Tyler Linderbaum, if I wanted to say the truth right now. So This is a long-term pick. This is a futuristic pick, and I understand your second-round picks have to start on the field, but to be honest with you, take Cam Jurgens, okay? Take Cam Jurgens and just use him. Do something with him. I don't care what you do. Go and put him, compete at right guard with Jack Driscoll. Do something like that. Get him some playing time this year. The more you know on the offensive line, and I know he's played right guard before in the past, this is only his second year playing center. He only played center for 2 years. I think he was a tight end, if not mistaken. I mean, this is going to be a steal pick, and I thought it was a really good pick for the future, and I think it's going to work out really well. With Jason Kelce and Jeff Stalin, this guy is going to turn into an absolute beast, and I really can't wait. So then everyone's hating that pick, and I loved it. Everyone's hating that pick. You go into the third round, you're like, what are they doing? What's going to happen? The board's dropping. They're losing players left and right, corners, safeties. There's really nobody there. But there was one linebacker that was available, and that was Nakobe Dean, the linebacker from Georgia. Okay, Nakobe Dean was available, and the Eagles picked him. Now, there was reports of his, he tore his pectoral. And apparently he didn't want surgery, and teams were nervous and passed on him. But surprisingly, there's some weird stuff going on that he's perfectly fine right now. He's actually going to go to rookie minicamp for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, you take a guy like this is a generational talent. This is a top 17 talent as of right now. The best blitzer as a linebacker. This guy is a leader. This guy has a voice when he wants to use it. This guy gets everybody in line, and I can't wait when it comes to his coverage. It's fantastic. He jumps routes, gets picks. He is a tackling machine. He is a blitzing machine. He is a leader. When you look at linebackers that just make the draft, and you see something more. You see heart and soul. And a lot of people think he's undersized for 6 foot, over 220 pounds. I understand that, but he plays bigger. He plays with heart. He plays with relentlessness. He is just something that I can't take my eyes off of. The Eagles got a first-round talent in the third round. This guy's not coming off of an Achilles or an ACL. This guy just has a pectoral. But some rumors are coming out now that, and he even said himself at the press conference, like, his name was getting thrown around of this injury, and he said it wasn't that bad. So really, he lost a lot of money. Obviously, he's a third-round pick now, lost a lot of money, and the Eagles actually get a first-round linebacker and a generational one. You have Kaiser White on a 1-year deal. T.J. Edwards is here. Davion Taylor. You are stacked at linebacker. You're totally stacked, and I'm really surprised. I can't believe it happened, and I can't even complain at this point. Okay, now the Eagles go into the 6th round. And they get Kyron Johnson. Now, this pick was probably one of the most underrated picks in this draft. And look, this, when you pick between 5 to 7 rounds, these are developmental players. But I got to say, what Kyron Johnson has showed me is that he has power. He is a edge / linebacker hybrid. And the Eagles have talked about, they remind him that, Kyron Johnson reminds them of Hassan Reddick that could play that linebacker edge role. Okay, now Kyron Johnson, he's 6 foot, 230 pounds. He runs a 4.37. Now, there is video on it, so check out. Those scouts were looking at each other like, oh my God, he is quick, he is fast. He faced Trevor Penning, the 19th overall pick in the first round, okay? Faced him and totally destroyed him. This is a 6th-round pick destroying a first-round offensive lineman, and he pushes back, and he's just relentless, and he has just got this edge to him and this grit that I absolutely love. The Eagles moved up for him. I think the Eagles trade up to 181 to go get him. They jumped up and wasted no time. I could see why they did it. Probably has to put on some weight. I mean, to be honest with you, he's got the explosive first step and the bend around the edge. As a linebacker, I don't know what he's going to be, how he's going to play, how his coverage is going to be, but he's got the speed for it. If he runs a 4.3, lateral movement's got to be great. And, this is a developmental pick, but could he be better than Teron Jackson? Could he actually be better than Derek Barnett at this point? And Derek Barnett's the 14th overall pick. So I can't wait for Kyron Johnson to get on the field and show us what he could do. He's got relentlessness, guys. When you have pure heart going into a game, or going into the league in general, and this is the amount of effort you're going to put in, this guy could be something. This is a low risk, high reward pick, and I'm very excited for it. Very excited. Now, the Eagles at the 198th pick make their last selection at tight end, which I was kind of shocked at tight end. We all know that, Dallas Goedert's the starter. They gave him a new contract last year. You have J.J. Arcega-Whiteside that moved from wide receiver to tight end. Why? I mean, why didn't they just do that last year since he was just blocking pretty much the whole entire season? Tyree Jackson's on an ACL. Jack Stahl's more of a blocking tight end. And you have a guy in Grant Calcaterra, okay, that is, because I haven't looked. He's 6'3", 241 pounds. He ran a 4.62. Now, for 4 years at Oklahoma to SMU, because he did transfer from Oklahoma. Okay, he had 79 catches for 1,102 yards, 13 touchdowns. And he played with Jalen Hurts in 2019, and they were actually good friends. Him and Dallas Goedert have the same agent, so they have talked before in the past, which I think is pretty cool. Now he's coming into the NFL with a lot of concussion problems. He's had a lot of concussions, so that's something that they have to look out for. But his catchability is flawless. I think when it comes to his catching, it's great. I've seen him one hand. I've seen him stretch out. I mean, he can pinpoint the ball very, very well. Okay, and when you have a guy that's 24 years old, and he's 24, guys, so he's a little bit older than a normal draft pick would be, so he is 24. Could he actually beat J.J. out to be the second tight end? I think this was a very safe choice because I was kind of thinking at the end of this draft, you have to look at the undrafted free agents, who are they bringing in? They always hit on some of these undrafted guys, but I guess they really want to make a move for a tight end because, like I said, Tyree Jackson ACL, Jack Stahl more of a blocking tight end. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, can he actually block defensive ends and linebackers? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know much about Grant Calcaterra's blocking. I heard it was okay, but not perfect, but it's something he's just getting better at. But when it comes to his pinpointing the ball, catching the ball, it's good. Route running's not bad. 4.6, not bad. So this was a good pick. I think this is a good pick for your tight end spot. I mean, it's not bad to upgrade because J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's on a 1-year deal, a guy on an ACL, and a guy that just blocks pretty much instead of catching the ball. You bring in a guy in that's a pure catcher at tight end, and let's see what he could do. So very happy about that. So at the end of the day, guys, Howie Roseman really shocked me. I never felt so comfortable in the draft and so proud, and so I felt good to be a fan that night. I wasn't worrying. We weren't going crazy, even though last year's draft was kind of crazy depending on how the board was falling down. But, you got to rate these picks, guys, and it's a lot of A-plus picks. Jordan Davis, you need defensive line help. 2 defensive tackles become free agents, and you get a monster in Jordan Davis, which is an A-plus pick to me, in my opinion. You go trade for A.J. Brown, and sign him to a big contract, which who knows, they could have sat there and got Treylon Burks, but you got a proven guy at 24. He's almost as age of a draft pick. He's only been in the league for a couple years. You got Jalen Hurts, another weapon, a proven weapon that I've wanted since the beginning of free agency, and they did it. That was A+. Getting Cam Jurgens in the second round to be Jason Kelce's replacement, and as probably or better than Tyler Linderbaum, a track and field star, and getting, for Jeff Stalin and Jason Kelce, it's going to be a big year. Put him under the ropes. Have him play at right guard if you need him to. I'm Cam Jurgens. Watch his tape. Watch his videos. He is a total beast. He is physical. He has 100% effort. He doesn't give up. He will put people on their ass. Check it out. A+ pick, in my opinion. In the third round, you get Nakobe Dean, a total steal, a top 17 player in this draft. Nakobe Dean, the leadership. He could become an Eagles great. That's how much I think of him. This guy with Georgia's defense, he was the leader. He put guys in their place when they made mistakes. This guy is a blitzer. This guy can go in coverage. This guy will be ready for rookie minicamp. And whatever the hell happened, that these rumors came out about how bad this pectoral was, I feel like he's going to be healthy for the season, and this is an A+. Even though if the Eagles are rebuilding this year, he is a steal at the end of the day for years to come. It was a perfect pick, A+. Kyron Johnson in the 6th round. You can't complain about it. It's an edge rusher / linebacker hybrid. It's got a lot of power, a lot of speed, great first step. and relentlessness. Because I mean, he took over Trevor Penning, a first-round pick that went 19 overall in the Senior Bowl practice. He was doing that to multiple guys. There was another video I wanted to upload, but obviously I didn't want to get copyrighted for it. But he put someone on their butt, another tackle on their butt, and this was a first-round pick that got drafted. I mean, he's unstoppable, and I thought that was a great pick. A+ in my opinion. Grant Calcaterra, tight end. Okay. And look, this pick is an A. It's an A- for me, but at the end of the day, I'm still happy with it just because, you know, you're just picking in the 6th round. There's no reach. There's really nothing. Like, you just pick somebody in the 6th round. You got your last pick in the 6th round. You go pick somebody. You know, with what we have at tight end right now, JJ on the last year of his contract, Tyree Jackson coming off an ACL, Jack Stahl being mostly a blocking tight end at this point, really never gets the ball. You know, you get a great catcher in Grant Calcaterra to, you know, with his acrobatic catches, pinpointing the ball so well. And, you know, I need to learn a little bit more about him, but I like the pick. I think it's a low-risk, high-reward pick, and let's see if he could beat out some of these backup tight ends that we have on this roster right now. Because really, I think the only one he has to beat is J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You know, you have Tyree Jackson. This is going to be a second-year learning time position, and Jack Stahl is a second-year player, and he was undrafted last year, and they gave him a lot of money last year, you know, signing with the team last year. So I think, you know, Calcaterra has a really good chance to make this roster. So at the end of the day, A+ for me through the board. It is an A+ draft. Howie Roseman made me proud. I was very happy, so excited, and there's nothing much left to say, guys. I thought it was perfect. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys had a fantastic draft weekend. I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, if you have anything different you want to say about some of these players or you don't think it's an A+ draft, you let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And I will see you guys on the next one. And can't wait for these undrafted free agents to check them out as well. SHAKESQUAD up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.